start the show. There is bound to be some good times had by those who remember what Mama said. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. On Monday nights, sure we know what to do and what to say, because we love our mamas, and that's the fact, Jack. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game. Mama said is the name of the game, and what Mama says is what Mama gets from the SFP studios. Mama is right and always right. We hold our flags high as we march to the tune of her music, because Mama said is the name of the game.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday night's edition of Mama Said.
Said. What's going on, people? Besides burning and riots and crazy people and storms, Rob. We got storms up here. Pretty good boomers,
We had some pretty good ones down here today.
and there's I think some more rolling through.
We might get some more this evening. I'm hoping that we don't. Not like
Hey.
that. We had some. I mean, it was raining sideways. Good little bit of wind in with it.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that.
No.
Happy Monday, everybody. You've made it through to the Monday evening. They kicked your week off in a fine fashion. Unless you're Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass or the people that's fixing to face the United States Marine Corps. Salute when we say that. Semper Fi, baby. Didn't come to play.
No. Well, I do believe our mama is up in Alaska this week. So I don't think Miss Elizabeth's going to be here. I did send her a link in case she happened to be able to pull it off, but we will see.
Yeah. She sent a couple things our way, but she's having fun. I don't
Oh,
blame
yeah.
her.
We're having fun.
Enjoy that. My site manager is leaving Friday for the Alaskan cruise as well. Maybe they'll pass each other. They wouldn't know each other probably, but I'd love to do it. I'd love to do an Alaskan cruise.
Shit.
And I'm not really a cruise person, but I would do that one.
Yeah, that might be all right, especially in the summertime.
I've never done a cruise, and I doubt that I ever will. But if I was going to do one, that would be the one. I'm not big on going to hot areas anyway.
Well,
I like
I am if
warm.
there's water involved. And if
I
there ain't
just
no ocean involved and stuff, I don't care about going to a hot area.
I just wouldn't I just wouldn't care for it. I mean, I like the ocean, but I'm not really big on. I don't surf. I don't snorkel.
Oh.
I like walking on the beach. You know.
You might find some interesting shell formations out there on the beach.
Well, Adam Schiff did. Of course, he put them together.
Well, yeah.
I remember the first time I went to the Florida. My aunt lived in West Palm, and I had a really good time. Both times. I was 11 first time, 13, and didn't go back for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Spartan. Now, let me say a clarification here. If I had the chance to do the Bible Lands tour, there's several versions of those cruise. That would be cool too, because you could go to the Asia Minor, and there's several things that you could do. The Greek islands and stuff that are a part of the biblical story. I would do that, and there are Christian cruises that I would do. I'm not going on a cruise where they're throwing down. I ain't doing that. I don't want to be around it. Let them have it. I would go on a alcohol-free cruise that's involving worship, preaching, and just good, clean fun. That's me. I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm just saying that's what I would do. Michael.
Well, if you never mind. I thought you had to hold up one of Biden's old depends to figure out to hear Comey crying.
I wonder what Steve hears when he holds one up to his ear.
He hears me going, "It's an easy bake oven." That's what he hears when he holds one up to his ear. And of course, for Steve being in Ohio, he's probably talking about shotgun shells or 9mm or something like that.
Yeah. Me and him will have to get together. I challenged him. Of course, he didn't tell me he was actually taking me up on the challenge. I'm sure he will.
What'd you challenge him on?
I told him he went to his marketplace. If he will put an ad for the podcast, QR code and all that, I will buy 2 items off the table. Because I'm about ready to buy something else anyway. I got to get another hook. I'd like to get a bottle opener. I want that bottle opener. I don't know if he's got any of them made up. And that one that you could hang the plant on, that would be cool. I don't have that either.
Yeah, planter.
Try to help my brother out from Ohio. Ohio sounds like it should be a musical, One of them old 60s, long dresses like Oklahoma. Ohio.
Well, they'd have to get people from Ohio to star in it, and I can't see James or Steve doing that.
I don't know. He drops that hair down. It might work. He would sing at a deep voice.
Steve sang bass. What sang tenor? Let's get Waltz down there.
Steve.
Poor little Steve, too.
I've been to Ohio, Spartan. I went to a missions school in Spencer, Ohio. I don't remember if I spoke at any churches in Ohio, but I did go to Spencer. But I did stop at a White Castle. I said, I'm going to do it once in my life. I'm going, outside of Columbus, matter of fact, right there off of the interstate. I said, hey, told Lena, there's a White Castle. We got to eat there before we go back. We was on our way back.
Yankee Crystals. It's a Yankee Crystals, dude.
Yeah, I did. I did eat the Yankee Crystals. I thought their fries were bigger, like longer than Crystals here. They were longer fries. But it's basically the same, but it's slight differences. But that's been 15 years ago or so. It might have been might be 12 to 15. I think it's about 15 now.
Well,
there's a big amusement park up there right off the interstate as you go up towards Columbus. I can't remember the name of it, though. It was at Wally World.
I think it's a.
There's a few is there an amusement park you would like to go to you haven't been to?
No.
Some of them have closed down. Some of the iconic ones have closed down. Yeah. We could always say we rode the Scream Machine, and we could always say we rode Lake Winnie's.
I rode everything at Lake Winnie, unfortunately. Well, I'm not a big fan of roller coasters, but like most.
No, I'm not either, but I like that Tilt-A-Whirl and the Scrambler and all that. Those are fun.
Yeah.
I do like that. I really do like that. I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not one of them rides that drops you down like the parachute. The Superman one that goes way up brings you back. Anything that drops really sucks. I don't like heights, so I can handle fast. I don't like heights.
Yeah. The one that terrifies me is the one you see down at the Redneck Riviera a lot and some of these other places where they have this metal sphere and the seats in it, and they pull that thing back on them big old rubber bands and stretch them just as taut, then let it go. I saw something like that on the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show. It never ended up good for the coyote. Never.
No, never did. Never did.
Not doing it. So
Barry said he heard that Crystal was better. I think it probably is. Well, I don't think it's not what it used to be. I'll say that.
Like I said, I went to one called Canyonland down in Alabama, around the Little River in Alabama, early 70s. That may have been before I was even born, Michael.
That was before some safety features were in place too.
You ain't kidding.
OSHA had just became an entity in 72, I believe that was.
Yeah, so there were no signs saying you must be this tall to ride.
I don't want to eat big before I go on there, Spartan. I wouldn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Eat the ice cream before you go on. No. Stomach all tore up.
No. Nope. I'll pass.
I have ridden 4 different roller coasters, I think, in my life. I mean, and I'm not a big roller coaster guy.
I've ridden several, but yeah, I'm not a coaster man. By no stretch of the imagination, Elma.
Any ride called the Bullet, yeah. We're going to shoot you into something.
Back in the 70s, I don't think I'd have been brave enough to get on something called the Bullet. Ugh.
The Bullet.
No. I'll pass. Well, going back to our LA and burning down in California, I just want to say I would like to comment one thing on all this, if that would be all right. The Democrats and the liberals have lost all credibility. All. Y'all hollered, when it was against your political opponent, you hollered all about law. We're a nation of laws. You got to follow the law. We need law and order, and you came down on the J6ers like a ton of bricks. Of course, those were American citizens. They weren't illegals. They were actual citizens of this country. Actual citizens. And y'all are going to bitch and moan now let LA burn. You're going to cite all this stuff after you rant and raved about law and order after January 6th. Well, DC didn't burn down. Looks like LA just might. Well, I think Trump's going to save y'all from that too. Y'all have no credibility left. There's no lie you won't tell. There is no septic tank that you won't dredge yourselves to the bottom of. You're losers, and you're jacklegs and jackwagons. And Maxine Waters should work for Rotor. She'd get that hose and just, because that's all she spews back out. She'd just suck them tanks dry. Her, she was born a white woman. She turned dark after working that septic tank job forever. Sorry, that probably wasn't very nice, but I cannot stand her. She is so full of crap. And Bass and Newsom. Who gives a crap what they think? Governor Newsom's all mad because Trump mobilized his National Guard. Well, hell, you should have already done it, knucklehead. The hell? You're scared to make a darn move. You're scared to make a decision. You might trample on somebody. Oh, never mind all these people out there burning your cities down and trampling over everybody else. Oh, no. That's okay. We don't want to call out the National Guard. We might hurt somebody's feelings. Hey, dude, grow a pair. My gosh. Maxine Waters may be full of crap, but I guarantee you she's got a pair bigger than yours. My goodness. Which, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm upset about this.
Oh, I've been ranting. I was just listening.
I can't stand these people, dude. What the hell? Karen Bass, the mayor of Belton. Oh my gosh, she wasn't even there when her city was burning down the first time. Now it's going to burn down again, and she's there, but she's just like helping throw gas on it. Oh, let's stop them. Do whatever it takes. Now, y'all don't do no violence. Let's do whatever it takes. Y'all don't do no violence. Yeah. Two-faced talking. Ugh. Knucklehead. Can't stand them, Dave. They are knuckleheads.
California burning.
Well, yeah, I ain't come on.
I don't know if you read Tom Homan's remarks, but he slayed. He absolutely slayed the reporter. I loved it.
Yes.
These are bad people. We're getting bad. Y'all defending some bad people. Oh, and they want us to take their mask off.
Oh yeah, that'd be real smart. They're already doxing them and their families.
The people that the people that made a profession out of wearing them now wants them off.
Aren't they worried that they might spread COVID around some more? Oh, I'm sorry. They're worried more about hoof and mouth disease. Emphasis on the hoof. Have you ever seen such idiocy, though? I mean, come on. These were the people just, a few months ago. Oh, J6 was horrible. We got to hear this crap for years. Oh, J6 was an insurrection. Oh, look at all this. And this and that. Oh, my gosh. We got to have rules and laws. They burning LA down. Oh, it's mostly peaceful. We've heard that crap before. We didn't believe y'all then. We don't believe you now. You know, y'all are idiots and you're liars. And we know it. I'll say it. You're lying. Liars. And that's my opinion. And by golly, I'm entitled to it. And it's still America. We still have First Amendment rights. And I'll say it all day long. You are liars.
Newsom is crying tonight about the troops saying Trump didn't send them with food and water. Showed a picture of them sleeping, around. That's what troops do. They lay on the floor. They put their backpack under them and sleep. They're not put up in a big, hotel like, the illegals.
No.
He don't even have a common sense to know how troops work.
I guarantee you one thing. And every soldier out there knows this. I don't care if he's in the Army, in the Marines, Air Force, Navy. You give a soldier a bed or a place to lay down with his head on his gear, you have a happy soldier because he's going straight to sleep.
Yeah.
He don't care where it's at. As long as he gets a little bit of shut eye, he's happy.
They're inside. It's climate controlled. They're not having to deal with the critters and the heat and whatever else.
And I bet they got MREs. They'll eat that too.
I'm sure they do. Come on.
Come on.
Oh. Wait. When he sees these Marines in action, he's gonna pee his pants.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a National Guardsman that slammed the door in Maxine Waters' face when she was trying to get to the police department or get into one of the federal buildings. They slammed the door in her face. But she said, I'm a member of Congress. And he said the last person going in said, they call public affairs and slammed the door. Yes. Salute. Yeah,
they think that's a ticket to get them anywhere they want to go, anytime. Unless you're a conservative.
Oh yeah.
Remember when they bounced around the senators who went about the right way, who went in to visit the J6ers?
Yeah.
They kept giving them a hard time. They went through all the protocols to try, and they finally got in, but they did them wrong. They finally got their tour, but they didn't go up there and try to force their way in or anything.
No.
They were wanting to see them, sure, but what a world we live in.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in an episode of the Twilight Zone. We've just not got to the end of the episode yet.
Yeah.
I mean, in what civilized country does a person like Newsom even have a job?
Did you call him Newscum?
Well, that's what the president calls him.
Newsome. Did you call him Newscum?
I did.
I love it. Newscum.
He's attacked my president. I'm pretty mad at him tonight.
Yeah.
And he's really attacked soldiers and police. He's not protected the citizens. They're trying to go into action now because they're afraid they're going to go to jail. He's begging to be locked up. He should arrest him.
He's begging the wrong one too. I guarantee you, Homer would lock him up if he gives him a reason to. Holman would do it. Holman might be the one knocking on his door saying, hi, remember when you asked me to lock you up? Here we go. Turn around.
I want to see him, Bass, Waters in the back of the police car. Hands up, all cuffed.
Yes, so everybody could see it.
I'll give Waters one bit of credit. She wouldn't cry. Newsom will cry.
Newsom
he cries. He's a crier.
He cried.
He'll be going, I want my mama.
You got a bow too tight. I can't feel my fingers. I'm gonna go around with my thumb up my butt. I mean, come on. Ugh. One man said today, Michael, I didn't hear this. One man said today that the Marines were just on edge, hoping Trump would call them up. They want to get orders from Trump. Ugh. Ugh. Looks like the Trump and Musk feud might be calming down.
That sound you hear was the sound of Newsom crapping his pants as Marines rolled down Paramount. And I just want to see one of these jacklegs get in front of a Marine vehicle like they're going to stop it, or holding hands and they're going to shut down the road.
Oh, the feds already run one guy over.
I know. Uh-oh, broski. Hang on, brother. I said North Carolina was going to get hit. I could see it on the radar. You take care, my friend.
Yes.
They've been rough.
Yeah, here it is. This is off Fox News. It says here, the 86-year-old, 18-term Democrat, talking about Waters, approached the guardsman saying, hello, 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 I'm Congressman Waters. But the last one bluntly told her to talk to public affairs and slammed the door. Hello, 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 I'm Congressman Waters. Bam! Salute, National Guardsman. I don't know who you are. Says, as a result, Congressman Maxine Waters was denied entry.
Take that.
You bat. Oh, I'm sorry. I just ticked bats off everywhere, all across this country. Sorry, bat.
This is the lady that told her constituents to go after MAGA wherever they are. Don't let them eat a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them have any peace or anything like that.
Is that not inciting insurrection? Is that not inciting riots?
It's not to riot.
Now, come on.
Broski Bear.
Yeah.
I didn't see when you popped that up.
Wicked
Witch of the West.
I like that.
I'm melting. Truck comes along with the garbage truck and a water cannon. The water cannon. He'll be in the water cannon truck this time.
I'm melting.
Sitting there holding that thing.
Nah, she'd never melt. She's so full of it, she'd float. Department of Human Health Services also rebuked Waters' summary appearance on TV following clips of her various confrontations going viral. This morning on CNN, the Congresswoman spewed lies that these riots have not been violent, McLaughlin said. The American people can see with their own eyes the truth. Rioters have assaulted law enforcement officers, thrown rocks, burned American flags, set cars on fire, slashed tires, defaced buildings, and public and taxpayer-funded property. The violent targeting of law enforcement in Los Angeles by lawless rioters is despicable, and Congresswoman Waters must call for it to end. She will not. They will say, "Oh, y'all don't resort to violence." They want somebody to get killed in this. They want somebody to get killed. That's their whole thing. You know, we got midterms coming. I mean, this I'm telling you, that's this whole thing. They're wanting. We talked about it this morning. They don't give a crap about any of those constituents that are out there writing. They don't care about them. They want to see some of them get killed. That'll make them happy. You know, why else would they keep pushing people and trying to get them to go out and do this? Come on. Mm. There needs to be an investigation of this. They need to be thrown in jail. And her, Newsom, Bass, whoever else that said, "Hey, throw me in jail. Throw them in jail. Do it." My goodness.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah. And they said the FBI was supposed to be investigating. So it's time they got off their butts and started doing something. Y'all go get them and throw them in jail. Let's see that line. Yeah, let's see that perp line. Come on. Go get them. I mean, what else do you need? My gosh. What's it going to take to get the FBI off their butts anyway?
Well, when's Dan Bongino going to do his job?
Yeah.
Cash Patel, Bongino.
What did they drink the Kool-Aid? Did they drink the Kool-Aid? That's the question I have now. Did him and Cash Patel drink the darn Kool-Aid? What? I mean, what?
It's the same old crap, man. It's just the same old story. I do. You got me saying it, brother.
Yeah, Danny Bonbons.
I love it. Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, I tried to give the guy, because I like him, I tried to give him, you know, a lot of leeway here. But at some point, it's like the guy that says he's going to come pay you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro, I'll be by there Friday. I've been busy, sick. I'll be there by there Friday to pay you. You wait Friday, you wait Saturday, Sunday. Monday, you call the guy back up. Oh, tomorrow at the latest, brother. Tomorrow, I'll get you money to you. And it just becomes one story after another. And that's what happens here. Is they just keep saying the same rehashed stuff and nothing gets done. So that's frustrating. So, like I said, if he throws the Hail Mary or Patel throws it and Bongino catches it for the late score touchdown, I still won't like it, but I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see. It's getting late in the game, though. It's getting late in the game. America's got problems going on. When are they going to start taking these people and locking them up?
Spartan, I don't necessarily. I see what you're saying there, and some of it I agree with, some of it I don't. I am going to say this: Trump has tried to do a lot and keeps getting blocked on every turn. A lot of it by these federal judges that have been there forever, that were appointed by Democrats that are voting politics and ruling, making judgments based on politics instead of law. That has blocked him a lot, but he has done a lot, so he is moving the ball forward. I think there is a lot of crap goes on both sides. So
hang in there, broski. We're praying for you, brother. I hope you don't lose power.
Don't do it. I mean, it got up hard enough today. We lost power for about 3 seconds.
There were people up here without power for, I think, a couple of days up in the region. It hit so hard in some of those areas. Lots of way he said, you know, old trees, and it don't take much.
No. You know, there's so much. Go ahead.
Barry said, treat them the way they treated the January 6 people. Turnabout is fair play.
Oh,
Well,
no, they
you
ain't
know,
going to have that. Oh,
they're looking for a guy, the mask guy. They say there's a $50,000 reward. Oh, and Barry said he lost power for 10 hours straight.
uh,
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, I'd love to see some arrests, man. These ringleaders, man, get them.
have another federal authorities expose Chinese nationals attempt to bring in concealed worm specimens to American laboratory. This is another bioterror threat. This is off of Fox. So they were trying to bring in more specimens, more ways to hurt America. Anything they can do. When are we going to smarten up on this topic? On China. They ain't going to ever do nothing to help us. They are in the game strictly to hinder us and hurt us any way they can. And it's time the American people woke up to that fact as well. I've heard a lot of people and a lot of people, podcasters and other news source stuff like that are talking about time to cut ties. And it is. Now, China makes a lot of stuff we use here, but it's about time we brought some of that industry back to this country and start making it here at home. Instead of all this cheap China crap that they keep shoveling down our throats.
Chinesium, as
Yeah.
Steve would say. Steve-O.
Yeah.
He likes Steve-O better than Steve. Steve-O. Steve.
Steve AOC.
I thought about him the other day. I saw a video clip of AOC out. She's always got the same inflection. It's always this. I don't even know what she says. She's just. I honestly could not tell you one thing she said, but I was thinking, oh, Steve would love this video right now. It had kind of a side view. I'll just leave that right where that sits. I think Steve would have liked that video a whole lot. He's probably got it downloaded, playing on a loop on his computer there, you know. You know it's true.
Oh, you know Steve's up there. Oh, AOC. Probably wakes up there in the morning with his pillow and a headlock. Come on, baby. I'm going to fix you.
Alex Stein is an interesting character, broski. I mean, that guy, he knows how to get inside the head of every. What's the one he's always after? Dan dude from Texas, with the patch. What's Scavino? What is his name? Oh my gosh, does he like rattling that dude's cage? He gets right in the middle of the crazies and goes, "Yeah, let's go."
That's kind of awesome, though.
He goes and takes all the heat.
Chad Crenshaw.
He's a little crazy, but he's just nailed them. Fang, and all that. Oh man, he catches them going down the sidewalk, going into work or going to their car. He's on them. He's on them like Donkey Kong.
Michael. You see that, Dave?
That's true.
We had Farrah Fawcett on our walls, and Steve has AOC on his.
That's truth. I had the poster.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest selling posters of all time. And I definitely had that poster. I can't believe I got away with it.
Yeah.
I think my dad liked the poster. Is the only reason I got it.
Yeah.
Truth. I think my dad was like, okay, yeah, son, I'm going to let you hang that up. We do have a topic tonight I put in here. I always wait until we kind of get in the program a bit. But what about the children is the title. What about the children? And just an open discussion on people's thoughts. I'm not angling for any answer. And you're all welcome to answer, obviously, however you feel. I'm not going to argue with you. Just commentary. What?
Oh, Jenna said for us not to pick on Steve when he isn't here to defend himself.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Well,
Is he doing his live tonight?
What is he doing? Is he hiding behind your skirts?
Oh,
that wasn't very nice. I meant that in a nice way, Jenny.
Rob.
What? I'm feeling ornery tonight.
Wow.
I don't got up on my soapbox, all this stuff going on over at LA and all the two-faced lying butt Democrats out there that are all butt hurt now that they're having to deal with their own set of rights and stuff and not want to apply the law equally. You butt hurt son of a gun. Oh, sorry. I got back on it. Let me get back off of it. Continue on with what about the children? What about the children? What?
That are here.
Okay.
From families who are illegal.
I personally, if they are with their parents, send them back with their parents. If they are with their parents. If these children have been smuggled in, they're not with their parents, there's no telling what kind of abuse and everything else that they have suffered. Or will continue to suffer if they're just sent out in the general public to sweat houses and slavery and stuff like that. They shouldn't be sent into that. They shouldn't be allowed out. Then at that point in time, I think the federal government should step in and do something with them. Just said I didn't see a live. Rob, you better behave. But yeah, protect the children. We need to protect the children. We're better than just turning them loose and losing over 300,000 of them, as they were before this this administration took over. So yeah, but yeah, keep track of the children. Know where they're at. Know that they're safe. Keep them safe. And but if they come over with their parents, send them back with their parents. What are your thoughts on that, Dave?
I wasn't going to offer any. I just wanted to facilitate discussion. So
okay.
to take that a little bit, let me get Barry's here.
Yeah, he says Michael's saying that if they're with their family, they should all be deported. Broski says if their parents aren't citizens, then they should be deported with their parents in this anchor baby nonsense. Michael says we have a lot here somewhere we do need to protect. And I agree with all that.
Barry says one way to deal with the problem of the threat to children is to release the Epstein files and start searching for more P. Diddy's and more Epsteins out there. There's more out there, sure, yeah. Because this came up this week, and it's being promoted to make. I'm just putting it out there. I don't even want that they said that there was a child that was undergoing cancer treatment that was deported.
Okay. Well, if the child's here to get treatment for cancer, if that's why they came here, they should treat the child. If they came in illegally looking for a treatment for cancer, now you'll do anything. And I'll say this: a good parent will do anything for their child. If they tried to sneak that child in here to get the treatment that they needed, I would tell you they probably should have tried to do it legally first. Hopefully they did, and then they got denied. And then you sneak your child in to get the treatment that they need. Dude,
I
parents'
don't
love
know.
versus law, that's kind of.
I don't know if they came across to do that, or if it was just they were already here and the child has cancer and they started treating. I don't know that part of the story, but they have been promoting this story out there.
Yeah. There's another thing. Is that hearsay or fact? I mean, we don't know. Because you can't believe a bad blame word a Democrat says.
I'm just saying, this is not even looking for a factual story. I'm saying hypothetically, this could all be just hypothetical. I don't really want to even look at individuals. Just how do you feel about the children involved in this? Not the parents, the children. And, just want to facilitate discussion.
Well, the children really didn't have any say in doing what their parents did. It's do you hold the children legally accountable for what their parents did? And at what age do you hold them accountable? If mom and daddy's bringing over their 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6-year-old kids, if mom and daddy brings them over, then you have to deport mom and daddy. Well, you can't leave. You can't separate the family. Send them back with mom and daddy, in my opinion. But if you have a group of children that come over unaccompanied, what do you do then? I hate to say just take them in, but that's kind of what you have to do. You have to take them in. If they're unaccompanied, I don't know, dude.
Well, there's the famous case. And by the way, this is not just a Mexico deal. This can be anywhere. Yeah. Remember the case of Elian Gonzalez? Mom, the flotilla, they were trying to get to America. Mom didn't make it. Child got on the shore, was taken in, and his dad in Cuba wanted him back. It became the Janet Reno debacle with Clinton. Relatives had the boy in South Miami, or in Miami. I don't know if it's South Miami, but Miami. And they went in battle rattle and took the kid after a lot of legalese back and forth to send him back to the dad in Cuba. It was a big mess. I mean, a big mess. And that was people probably hadn't even thought about refugees or anything.
Yeah.
It was a big case.
Rusky, that's another aspect of this whole argument too, or this discussion too. I mean, a 10-year-old illegal who needs immediate surgery gets prioritized over a middle-aged U.S. citizen who needs immediate surgery. I mean, yeah, where do they fit into the, my heart says, you always want to side for the child. That's what my heart says. But the reality is It's a way different scenario because you have citizen versus non-citizen as well.
And just to give some clarity or background, I was actually for Elian Gonzalez being allowed to stay.
Yeah.
He's lost his mom. They risk everything for freedom. And the law at that time was if you got to the shore from you were coming from a country like that, you got to stay. Even though his dad was there, uh, you know, there were people saying, well, he'd be raised up to be a communist, to one day maybe fight against America. I
Yeah.
thought he should be allowed to stay. But, well, I had people disagree with me about it.
Yeah. Like I said, I hate the children are caught up in this. But if my pet family was getting kicked out of another country, they would not have sympathy on me. If a child was getting treatment, they keep the kids, not the parents. But then you have the moral thing of, but now we're taking this kid away from his parents because we're sending his parents out. Oh, Dave, you hit on something tough tonight.
I've heard rumors of that as well. I have no idea if that's true. Um,
Yeah,
well, it's a difficult subject, and I'll expand on it in just a second. I was just letting that play out. It's important that we to talk about it though, because I'm going to tell you, we're no politician has a full answer on this, and there's going to be no consensus on it. And what I'm fixing to say, and I'll give you what I think on a broad scale. What's going to happen here? Barry says, just like now, Nike shoes, Starbucks, coffee, Victoria's Secret, and many Chinese products. All of you,
yeah,
slave labor. Yes, true, true. And what was that other one? Just now, most of them were adults. Um, so going back to well, it goes back way back, but all the way back to Clinton, they were against. They didn't want open borders, Um, George W. Bush, it was believed he kind of come out and said he was for, because you always hear about the dreamers, you always hear about these different ones. It was believed he had a path that he wanted to propose a path to citizenship for 11 million illegals. That there would be a penalty as long as they didn't have a criminal record. They would pay a penalty for breaking the law of several $1,000s per. And of course, they would have to get gainful employment and pay taxes. That nothing ever really happened with that. That question is still out there. It's went through Trump. It's went through Obama. It's went through Joe. It's back to Trump. And nobody really wants to say what we're going to do here. I will say this: there's no way in Hades that we're going to deport the estimated 14 to 15 million illegals. That's not going to happen. Well, I'm not saying it should or shouldn't. I'm just saying that's not going to happen. It'll never happen. We will deport. Hopefully, we'll get all the bad ones out of here, the criminal elements, those who break the laws. But they're going to have something that they'll work on, because you're just not going to deport 14 million people. That's not going to, or even 11 million. It's not going to happen. So what do we do? What do you think is? How do you get? And then you have to enforce the law after that. I mean, it wouldn't that it would keep going on. But what do you do with those that are already here? So, just throwing it out there. It gets a little tougher when you're talking about kids. It really does. Just being honest. Because we all have hearts for children, as we should.
If we could get a clean bill addressing one thing, no pork on it whatsoever. One bill, one topic, one law to address the immigrant crisis in this country. And it's a crisis. This many undocumented people in this country, it's a crisis. To where, yes, they would pay a penalty. They had to have gainful employee. They had to pay taxes. Then I think that we should go ahead and give them a path to citizenship. But they have to learn how to speak English. They have to learn about the Constitution. They have to learn history. They have to follow the same rules as people that came into this country legally. They should still have to go through the same way, but give them that path. I don't think they should be allowed a shortcut. I think they need to do it the right way. But open that door for them. And if they're willing to go about it the right way, then okay. Because to not do that is a slap in the face to those that did come in the right way. And no extra benefits. No, you came here illegally. We're not going to reward you for that.
Y'all are doing great discussion now. Thank y'all.
Yes.
It's awesome. Barry's over here. He's hot tonight, boy. He's bringing it. You're right. They never let a crisis go unused. Truth. I missed him, broski. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Where did we miss? I thought I missed one earlier, but it shot up so fast that it got off screen. What was that comment?
Here it is. Put it up there. Think about what Ukraine was used for prior to Russia invading. Hiding money, laundering money, running women and children. Zelensky might have the goods on a lot of U.S. and Euro politicians. He may have. I've been trying to figure out how that little dipshit's kept in power this long anyway. I mean, come on. He's one of the most rude, arrogant. There's no wonder Putin wants to blow his little butt off the map. Every time they start getting close to something, he does something just to fire it back up. So we can go out and be pertinent still. The news media, they should be exposed to human trafficking in America and worldwide, but they don't. You are right. You are right there, Barry. I think a lot of state TV that goes on, y'all know me, it's state TV. It's the mouth of the Democrat Party, whatever they can do to where there's there's no problem. Oh, these are good. This is a good way to do it. It's a money racket for them. And I believe that. It is a pure out and out money racket. And it's a crying shame they're using women and children for that. So, Broski says, I think there's a serious Ukraine Epstein connection. So much human trafficking from Ukraine. You may very well be right on that too. I mean, It's probably the only reason why Zelensky is still there is because they don't really consider him human, so they can't traffic him. He's a little short for that. Maybe they think he's a billy goat. He bags on the bleach.
I think that guy was brought on a few Weekend at Bernie's top events, or he was the center of attention in certain kinds of parties before he became leader of a nation. I think he was the entertainment.
Are you saying that he might have been a pole dancer?
He popped out of a cake or two, I'll say that.
A cupcake? He's a little bitty guy.
No, you don't, broski, but she's not bad looking. I don't know what she saw in him. But.
Well, you know, human trafficking. Yeah. Oh, Barry's got a pretty good little idea there. Had the immigrants join the military and then launch an attack on the cartels and march all the way through Mexico and push them into South America. Now, that way, they earn their citizenship. Hey, if they were willing to do that, yeah, give them citizenship. My goodness. That would be interesting.
See, Mike.
Broski likes that too. Have a good Michael. Love you, brother.
Mikey Mike.
Oh, we got more thunder coming on here. Hey, we'll say we take a quick break and let everybody get their thoughts together again. We'll hit this another round. Let's all go get us a cup of coffee real quick.
We can. We
need to do a shout out for Patriot Mobile tonight. Hey, y'all check them out.
They've got a new
cornbread.
They've got a new video, but I couldn't get it downloaded. I told Philip I was having trouble accessing it. They are this week. They did D-Day last week. We'll get it up by Wednesday. They're highlighting a couple of other things each week this month. They're highlighting new things, but we'll get that up. Don't forget Mammoth Nation either. Great yes. company. Use our promo code or our QR code to go there. They got specials galore right now. But let's talk Patriot Mobile.
Yes.
Hey folks, Dave in the AM here for the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. Hey, we appreciate your support of the Southern Fried and all that it does. As you know, we recently partnered with Patriot Mobile. We could not be more excited to be a part of any affiliate. We love all our affiliates. Patriot Mobile is a cut above. They're so awesome. They love America. And I tell you what, they've got some special recognition coming that we want to honor and give you, again, the information that you need to make the switch that will help yourself, help America, help a great company, and you help the Southern Fried. You know, as Patriot Mobile, who loves the country, as we all honor D-Day, we remember the extraordinary bravery of the American heroes who landed on Normandy's beaches to secure the freedoms that we enjoy today. Their courage echoes in the service of our military, veterans, and first responders. Patriot Mobile is proud to stand with those who protect our freedom. As America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, we do not only offer reliable nationwide coverage on all three major networks, but we also support veterans by donating a portion of every customer's bill to organizations like Folds of Honor, Tunnel to Towers, Soldier Strong, Carry the Load, Warrior Rising, and more. Switching is easy with our 100% U.S.-based customer service team. You can keep your phone, keep your number or upgrade and get connected right from the comfort of your own home. Every call you make supports those who have given so much for our country. Make the switch today. Use that promo code Cornbread, and you will be glad you did. You'll be supporting, again, a great American company. You'll be supporting the Southern Fried, and yes, our heroes. God bless the American soldier. God bless America. And yes, God bless you. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. We are back. Well, we're partially back. Oh, Broski, how's some storms up there? Curious how you're doing, brother. Bad storms. Yes, Barry, those drones are all over the place. They sure are, especially on the Russian side. Fiber optic drones are kicking butt. They're noisy, but doing okay. Yeah, I can handle the noisy part as long as they're not, taking the roof off or lightning striking my house or something like that. I almost got hit by lightning one time when I was a kid. Very close. Very, very close. Never forget that day. I could smell it, hear it. We were fixing to head in to get out of a storm. It was coming. It wasn't in it yet. It was the early lightning off of the approaching storm. I did hear about that, Barry. I did hear about that, and that is happening in Georgia quite a bit. This yes, and all the way up to Blue Ridge. They're going in. They're going out into rural areas now. Sick, so sick. Not only human trafficking, organ harvesting. That's the next. That's where we're at now. There's not enough organs to go around, so there's big money to be had. And yes, a lot of overseas actors are willing to pay whatever. They don't care where it comes from. And some of that goes into areas like China or wherever. So, you better watch out. You out there in the bar. That's a setup. Girl takes you back to the motel. There's a couple of dudes waiting. They knock you out or put you out. You wake up with an open gut, missing an organ if you're still alive. That's happened before. That has happened before. I would say that's highly possible in some fields of some wars. Prisoners. I'm surprised that hasn't. We haven't heard about it happen. I'm surprised that hasn't happened now in the one over there now. Big time money. Yes, Barry, Zelensky was a vulgar comedian. They cleaned him up for TV, didn't they? They put a little soldier suit on him, some platform shoes. He did grow the little beard out. He was clean shaven before. You put a little stuff on his face, TV star. Early on, he was the hero, right? I don't need a ride. I need bullets or whatever it was he said. Early on,
Well,
people were all behind Zelensky. So they started finding out more about him.
sorry about that, guys. Had a phone call there. I absolutely had to take. Yeah, they dressed Zelensky up like little Lord Fauntleroy. Ugh.
Earl Hester's out there watching.
Is Earl out there? What are you doing, Bubba? Oh. Miss Elizabeth says she is in Canada.
Oh, Canada. Do we need to play the national anthem of Canada for her? She's up our shopping. Yes, Barry, if we start arresting the politicians, we might solve some of the problems right away. Absolutely. Yes, there's a lot of that too, Barry. It's sick. It's infiltrated every area of our country. Politicians, Hollywood. Sad. So sad where we're at in America right now.
It is sad.
It's like one of those movies that you don't know who to trust anymore. Like you think like this one's okay, but then they turn out to be just sorry, no different. I'm talking about in the Senate levels, the House. And you thought, oh, that's a good one right there, and then they turn out to be just as sorry as everybody else. There's a handful. I mean, a handful that you can kind of count on. I saw clips of it, brother. He could shake them lips.
Now, Barry, I'm going to give you full props on this because I firmly believe that. Oh, YouTube kicked that off. You believe that? Barry, it says if you start arresting these politicians, you might solve some of the problems right away. If you stop letting them get away with this crap, there's no accountability. There's none. You could say anything about anybody in this country and say, oh, I was wrong. There's no consequences for it. And you don't even have to come back and say I was wrong. You just throw it out there. And it'd be a bald-faced lie. It don't matter. There's no consequences for it. There are no consequences. People don't vote. And that's another thing we're going to get on too. People don't vote, so they don't have no consequences. Oh, well, they probably won't even see that. They won't even notice that. You know, and it starts at the bottom and goes all the way to the top. And a lot of it down at the bottom that people should be voting on that affect their lives directly, like your local elections and stuff. There's some coming up. You know, if you don't vote in those, how can you expect anything above them that won't be crooked? You know, come on. We've become a nation of followers and letting other people speak for us and think for us and do all this because Americans are inherently lazy. And I hate to say that, but that's true. I feel like we'd rather be told what to think and what to do than what we should actually do or think. But yeah, there needs to be some accountability for these politicians as well. But the only one they want to have consequences for are the conservatives.
What about the member of the Minnesota House who said from the House floor that her and her family were illegal? She came as a 4-year-old. Her father manipulated the paperwork, and they've always been illegal.
Send her home.
A member of their house.
Send her home.
They're from Laos.
and let her come back in legally.
She's
I mean, this
serving.
is one of those people there. She came in as a child. Give her a path, but make them go through the same thing that a naturalized citizen has to go through that comes through legally. Let them do the same way. You know, if she's been here all her life, it should be a fairly simple process for her. I'm just saying.
California Democrat Linda Sanchez told CNN Monday that the rioters participating in the fiery Los Angeles ICE protests were no different than sports fans.
Then what?
No different than sports fans.
Who said that?
Linda Sanchez, California Democrat.
California Democrat.
She
Well,
said,
let's make that Jack Leg famous. I ain't never been to a sports game where everybody left and they started spitting on people, throwing rocks at them, slashing tires, defacing buildings, unless it was like when Tennessee beat Alabama or something. But other than that, no. And even then, no. She's crazy. She is
she said
crazy.
she said it's no different than when a team wins a national championship and people get overexcited, adding that the vast majority of protesters have been peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
We have been calling for protesters to protest peacefully. That is their constitutional right. The vast majority of protesters have been peaceful. There are always a few bad actors. And yes, we think anybody who commits property damage ought to be arrested and ought to be prosecuted, Sanchez noted. But to send in federal troops or Marines when there isn't a war atmosphere or a war circumstance going on is just beyond the pale. It's authoritarian flexing. It's not making anyone safer. Local law enforcement has said they can handle the protest. It's no different than when these teams win the championships. This is what she said, not me.
What a dumbass. Oh. Broski says a few bad actors laugh out loud. Send Miss Sanchez back to Guadalajara. Look, and see, this is again where you have somebody saying something that may or may not be true. You can't believe a word she's saying. You can't. She may be telling the truth. We don't know what she's saying. What she's saying may be truthful from her point of view. Okay? We don't know what she's saying, where she's been looking. All right? But you can't believe a word they say because they've already shown that the law does not apply to them. I mean, hey, these January 6ers need to be punished. We need to throw them in jail. Throw the book at them. But when it's happening, they're all saying, oh, no, it's all peaceful. It's all peaceful. It was mostly peaceful.
So a guy satirically right. He said, oh, I remember we won the state championship back in high school. We ordered a bunch of taxis and lit them on fire. It was a grand old time. The police came to check in on us, but we pushed them away because we were just a little overexcited. It's a joke, but yeah, that's the analogy she's making. Like, oh, they're just overexcited. They won the game.
You know, when Biden got a little overexcited, he pooped in his Depends. Sounds like you may have been full enough to poop in yours too. I'm just saying. Come on. I got to quit talking about Biden pooping in his Depends. Oh, broski, that's kind of an interesting question. Well, you know, Maxine Waters didn't. But, you know, never let a good thing go to waste for them. The crisis go to waste. I don't know. I really don't. There's a lot going on right now, and Dave, I think you really hit on it this morning. This is their way to throw out something and make some big production to help them at the midterm.
Yeah, I think so. I really do.
Hmm. But you can't believe a word they say. You know.
There were vile posts calling for violence against law enforcement. The hotels where federal agents are staying in Los Angeles have been released online, with one agitator saying, "Burn them." The exact address of where the Border Patrol agent stayed in Range Cucamonga, how do you say that, just outside of LA, was posted on Instagram by a self-proclaimed leftist. ICE at Hilton, car filled, goggles, tough ties, and riot shields, even though the cars are clearly marked Border Patrol, which is a sister agency of ICE. I said, burn them. Got a match, someone said. It's getting out of hand, man. I don't know if anybody did it, but that's what they were calling for.
Well, that needs to be investigated, and they need to go to jail.
They relocated the Border Patrol. They posted, "Pop the tires and use spark plugs to break their windows." A lot of hotels are compromised, one agent on the ground told the paper. He speculated they might have to sleep inside federal buildings to stay safe. That's why Marines are on the ground, not overexcited fans.
Yeah.
You knucklehead. I wonder how these people would like to be doxxed like that. Address where they live. My gosh.
And the people that do it, they should be brought up on some type of charge. They need to. I mean, that's, while they may not be committing an act or an act of violence or whatever, they're encouraging someone else to do it because they ain't got the guts to go do it themselves. You don't have to put that stuff out there. There ain't no need in it. Ain't no call in it. All that does is endanger innocent people. And their families are innocent. You ain't got no business doing that. These people are trying to do a job for the American citizens. They're out there trying to protect us, citizens, by cleaning up the violent illegals that are out there and protecting us from them. And this is the way you want to treat them? You're scum buckets.
Yeah, Barry, Elizabeth's up there in the 51st state, right? We need to get us a shirt or a hat. There's two hats we need: Gulf of America,
yeah,
and Welcome Canada, 51st state, or something like that.
Oh Lord. Well, we wouldn't get any Canadian followers that way, I don't think. Of course, we might get some.
Well, there's some. Brian Matz would follow us because he's calling for it. He lives up there.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen, but it's funny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, aye, it's funny. Sorry, I don't do a very good Canadian. Barry. It's not nice. That sounds like something I would say. Look at what's going on in everyday politicians' lives. Mike Pelosi and her husband. I don't know why a lot of these Dems and liberals are pushing so heavily on this pronoun thing. Because if they're going to be honest about it, I identify as crook, thief, liar, self-righteous, better than thou. I'm surprised they're even pushing for these pronouns. I identify as. I identify as a dumbass. I'm sorry. Very nice either. Sorry, Dave.
We should just take them all to Gitmo.
Yeah.
Club Gitmo. There's a room waiting for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see Newsom down at Gitmo.
Huh?
You just
Shit,
see
he
Newsom
drowned
down
on
at
his own tears before he made it halfway there. Squad car be sloshing driving down the road. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Senator Omar. Yeah, we don't even get started on her there, Barry. That's another waste of space and time. But you know, the Democrat Party is supposed to be the party of tolerance. Of tolerance. As long as you agree with what they're saying. But if you disagree with what they're saying, they're not very tolerant about that. They're not. Oh, they're going to tolerate people burning LA to the ground or going out there and doing riots and acting a fool. Let's tolerate that. But we can't tolerate people doing it in D.C. Oh, no, then that's an insurrection. Oh, my aching hiney. Y'all have lost all credibility now. All credibility. You have none left.
Pelosi's dropped the F-bomb about all this.
Oh, the only bomb she's really dropped is in her pants. What'd she say?
Nancy Pelosi said the fact that Trump didn't send the National Guard to the Capitol, which we know she denied it, during the January 6th riots, it's overwhelming because the insurrectionists won't they put a bullet in my head, and they were going to hang the Vice President of the United States, and this guy's not sending in the National Guard and then lying about it to the public. I'm very concerned about the hypocrisy. Well, it was been proved that she denied.
She refused the help. She refused the National Guard. What the heck is she talking about? Nobody hung nobody. And that's all speculation. That's just all her mouthing some more bithering crap. That's what I was talking about. They come on there and lie and say whatever the heck they want to say. And there's no consequences for it. There's no consequence. She just go out there and say whatever she wants to say.
I wanted to show this. I covered it earlier, but I thought I would just get the headline on there. Hang on a second. That's what the president says about the spitting.
Yes.
Because they're spitting on everybody.
Yeah. It's silly. Silly and stupid.
Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Mm-mm-mm.
A reporter asked the president if he foresaw protests spread to other cities like Chicago, New York in the next few days. He said, "We are going to be watching it very closely." But then he went back to spitting. And when they spit on people, you know they spit. That's their new thing. They spit and worse. You know what they throw at them, right? And when that happens, I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit. I told them nobody's going to spit on our police officers. Nobody's going to spit on our military, which they do as a common thing. They get up to them this far away, and then they start spitting in their face. That happens. They get hit very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the Chicago way,
Yeah.
as Sean Connery said in The Untouchables.
That's what they should do. Uh, Trying to see what this judge here, she was back in court, the one that let the illegal immigrants out. Trying to see what happened here.
Yes, sir, Broski. Yes, sir. Well, y'all pray for Miss Elizabeth's safe return to the fold. We miss her tonight.
So she's just going for charges now. Okay.
We try, but there's a hole in the program without her. She
Yeah.
has so ingrained herself and done such a great job. She is the mama in Mama Said.
Yeah.
And we would be glad to have her back. Glad to have her back.
Yeah, Broski, right now there are major trade talks with China, but I'm going to say something, and I've said it before. China's doing everything they can to undermine and hurt us in any way they possibly can. We got to get our company, our country geared back up to where we can make stuff here in this country and cut ties with them. I firmly believe that they're doing everything they can. They're trying to get, the bioterror stuff, bring in those worms, bring in the different funguses and stuff like that to try to hurt our crops and our food production, which is down anyway. We've got to ramp up this country again and quit being reliant on China, who would love nothing better than to see us hit the skids.
Is that what Steve was doing? You said he rubbed his butt across the floor, hitting the skids?
Yeah, he was hitting the skids. That's what that's called. Hitting the skids. Just drag your butt all the way across. Where did I say that about Steve? I know I said it. I don't doubt that. I was trying to remember when I said it. It's been a while. He never commented on it. So, with him not commenting on it, I figured it might be a little bit of truth to it.
Well, maybe.
I don't know. I'll see what I can find out.
Well, seriously, I hope all this calms down. We don't need trouble in our nation. I have full confidence the president will hit it hard and make it right. But it's better if we don't get there, because it's going to inflame a lot of crazy people. And it will spill over. It would spill over into other cities, and it would just be a big old mess. So let's pray for peace. We just don't need that.
No. But we need to get everybody's take 2 steps back, take a deep breath, and think about what they're doing. Everybody. They accuse. I mean, They're doing the very thing. Democrats are doing the very thing that they accuse Trump of doing. They're inciting it. All right, they are pushing for it. They want it, and I firmly believe that they do want it. And I wish that I didn't feel that way, but I do, because their actions are speaking louder than their words. Their words and their actions are not meshing up, and that's very important in everything. If their actions don't match up with their words, you know something's wrong. That being said, you know everybody needs to back up 2 steps, take a deep breath. You riders out there need to go home, take a deep breath. You've not solved anything. You've not helped anything. You've not helped anyone. Go home, take a deep breath. I honestly believe that your leaders out there don't give a rip about you. I believe that they want you to get hurt because it'll make a better story for them. Don't get hurt. Go home. Go back to your family. Uh, and we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you to do that. We're going to pray for you to have a good night with your family and let this go. These people are here illegally, and they're not rounding up everybody that's here illegally. They're rounding up the worst of the worst, of the worst, and getting them out of here, which is where they need to go for your family's sake and ours. Mm. Oh, uh, everybody's been pushing for also to get women or men out of women's sports. Uh, uh, Simone Biles made a personal attack against Riley Gaines. Now, Simone Biles, for those of you who live in a box and don't know who this is, she's probably one of the greatest gymnasts of our time. But she called Riley Gaines truly sick, among other things. But the social media reaction didn't appear to get behind the gold medalist. Uh, you know, she's probably fixed to retire, so she's not going to have to deal with this. You know, why? And she said, "Oh, there's no difference between men in sports and women in sports." Of course not. I think that's pretty well been proven. Okay, uh, you have substandard male athletes competing against women that are all of a sudden winners because they're competing against the girls. It's the only way they can compete. You know, come on. They're stealing opportunities from women, and that's opportunities that will come along while they're young. Once they get a little bit older, who knows how many opportunities they're going to have. But these are stolen opportunities. Every one of these males that kick them out of a scholarship or kick them out of success or take a win from them, that's kicking an opportunity away from a female. And that's horse hockey. That needs to stop. In fact, we've already got some stuff where it's supposed to stop. And then, the Simone Biles, I mean, just, you didn't have to compete against men. How do you know? Go compete against men, then see how it is. You know? Mm.
Very, very.
What would Barry say? But anyway, we've got you know, like I said, lots of stuff's going on right now. And it's getting plumb silly, you know.
Well, it's getting dangerous. Just we just don't need that.
No.
People are going to get hurt and possibly killed, and it's not a game. It's not a game.
No.
It's real life. I just hope that we'll see it de-escalate.
Yeah.
Don't bring Zelensky over here, or it'll be escalated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you do bring Zelensky over here, just build the podium or desk that he's going to sit behind taller than 2.5 feet, and we won't even have to look at him.
I wonder if when he comes over here next time, if he'll stay with Lindsey Graham out in South Carolina.
Probably.
Let me show you around South Carolina.
Hey, can you leave me one of them little drone things over here I can fly around? What a time we live in. Yes. Yeah, and here's another good one. All right. 113 House Democrats voted against a GOP resolution to condemn the Boulder attack on pro-Israeli activists. 113 would not condemn that attack. 75 of them did. It also affirms support for ICE, but that's why they wouldn't vote for it. That's why they wouldn't condemn it, because they put something else in there about supporting ICE, and they won't do that.
Yeah,
so they don't want their constituents getting thrown out. But still, 113 refused to condemn the attack. We have 113 people elected into the House of Representatives that wouldn't back anti-Semitic action. They wouldn't condemn it. 113. Y'all think about that for a second.
Those that elected them don't want them to condemn it. Think about that.
Yeah.
Part of a deeper problem.
Yeah.
Their base wants them to stand against, the Israelis on that. That's wow.
Now look, what if it was black people that they were doing this against? Would that be okay then? If they did that, would that be okay? I mean, hate's hate. All right. If you hate Jewish people, that's fine. But and that's okay now. But if you say something, you don't want to say nothing. And I'm not saying anything against black people at all. I love y'all. I love everybody. But you can't say anything. You can't. If this kind of action was going against black people, then it would be horrific. They'd be screaming racism and everything else. But it's happening to Jewish people, and nothing's being done about it. They're condoning it. When did hate not be hate? Is that not? If something like this was done against Hispanic people, the Hispanic people would be in an uproar. If something like this were done to Asian people, they'd be in an uproar. Why is it okay to do it to the Jewish people, but not anybody else? And I'm not advocating hate for anybody, but it's just as wrong to do it against them as it would be to do it against anybody else. Hate is hate. And it doesn't know a color, or it shouldn't. It upsets me. Yeah, absolutely upsets me. I mean, there's no call up for that. Hmm. How can every Democrat be against ICE? They're against the USA. Yeah. Uh, Broski. Uh, and Dave, did you see that where Barry's asking how Lynn's doing?
No, I was looking at something else. She's hanging in, trying to get stronger.
Amen. Uh, Broski, I'll respect your wishes on that. Not getting into it here because there's uh, I probably have a little bit. I have some. I have a little bit of tolerance on that, but I'm mm, I do support the only what I consider to be our only ally in that area. Not saying they're perfect, of course, we're not either. But you know, they're all ranting and raving about Trump sending troops over there and activating the National Guard and stuff. You know what Trump didn't do? He did not just sit there on his hands and not do anything and just watch it happen. He didn't sit there and twiddle his thumbs and wait for it to get worse. He did not sit there and act like, oh, everything's just fine and hunky dory, nothing to see here. Oh, it's mostly peaceful. He took action. He took action. He made a decision and he took action. Something none of them out there was willing to do. None of them. Oh, the police can handle it. They say they got this. You know, they're out there burning their cars, slashing their tires, breaking, damaging buildings, defacing property. Come on. There's a time for the National Guard to step in, and that was it. There's a time for Marines to be called in. If it keeps going and getting worse, yeah, activate them. You know, uh, you know. Oh, Broski, I wasn't saying that. Uh, we do have one or two that pop in here sometimes that are very much are anti-Semitic. I think they have their own opinions. They're entitled to them as long as they don't get too far. It's fine. But yeah, I was just if you want to put your opinion up, you go ahead. And if it's something we absolutely don't agree with, we probably won't put it up. But we are, you know, you're in the chat, Bubba. Don't feel like you have to censor yourself. We're not about censoring. We don't like to have to ban people, and we've had to in the past. But you know, we're not about censorship. You should be able to say whatever you want to. This is America. You have your rights. So feel free, sir. Go for it, broski. Uh, and hey, if y'all enjoy the show, y'all invite your friends to tune in and join us as well. That would be awesome. They can like, follow, subscribe. Y'all can too. We greatly appreciate it. Uh, we're still growing right along. We're enjoying it and having fun. And there's, there's the fungus among us. I wonder if I can put those fungus in balloons or drones. You know, uh, Barry, that stuff that they're talking about with the bioterror and stuff, I don't know if that could be delivered that way or not. That's an interesting question. on if the fungus, if they actually got it growing, if it could be spread through a balloon or a drone. That's an interesting question. And once it got started, what would it take to stop it? You know, my goodness. Let's see if I can put that up. Yeah. I don't know, dude. That would be a scary thought right there. What if those hot air balloons that they send over here is loaded down with that stuff and they just let it come right out, start spreading it around, get it in the air currents? Where would it drop? Wherever it wanted to, I guess.
What if they put Zelensky in a hot air balloon that floated over Russia?
Well, it's got so much hot air in it, it might make orbit.
Oh,
How would they get him in the basket? Just dump him over in there?
a ladder.
The step stool? He would never do that. Nobody could see what he was wearing. All they see would be his fingers and his little head over the top. Just see his fingers. Hey, y'all, I'm in the hot air balloon. You see me? You can't see my uniform, but I got it on. I promise. I bet he takes bubble baths and gets lost in the bubbles.
Broski, that would fall under a different category, and absolutely, because if they're here for covert military yeah, load them up, because there's a lot that came in military age, single, no family connection. I mean, we don't know what if some of.
I watched. I think it was on Fox that I read it, and they were saying that every student that comes into this country from China, that these students, these people, they're a member of the Chinese Communist Party, and they come in and they are trained to observe and watch. Every one of them is a potential spy. Every one of them. And they said out of every 10, at least one is a real spy. So there's that to think about too. But they're trained to observe and listen and watch and report back. And that's, I think I read that on Fox the other day.
I mean, some of them have become American citizens, and they came here and they have went to school here, but they have since become citizens. I have talked to a few that reached out. They were in the San Francisco area of California.
Yeah. You know, but does that change their affiliation though? Are they still back in China? Or, I mean, on the surface, they would be back in the United States now. But is that really what they're doing?
Well, I'm gonna be quiet. I'll end up making somebody mad.
Why? Look, dude, we're not going to First Amendment you out either. You have a right to your opinion.
Sometimes it's better to keep it quiet. So. Another time.
Okay. Rusty says, I've had a lot of Asian friends from everywhere my entire life, including now. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to see if I can find that number. I'm not seeing it. Um, let me put it this way here. Right now in this country, there are 277,000 Chinese students in America. So you have at least, if they're all trained to observe, you have 277,000 observers. Okay. And if 10% of those are real spies, what is that? That's 2,000, almost 3,000 spies. If 10% of them are, I mean, that's a lot. You know, all right, 27,000. Yeah, sorry, I'm math. It's late in the day now, and it's been a long day. I've been up for a long time. Keep me straight, bro.
It's late in the day.
It is. But they've warned more than 60 universities about this already. So, let's see here. If I'm still looking, I would very much like to see those numbers again if I can find it.
I'll just say this: we don't need a repeat of what happened to the Japanese Americans.
No.
We have to be really careful.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want a repeat of that, but at the same point in time, we have to be aware that that situation exists. We don't need a repeat of that. I'm not saying, lock them up into camps, but what I'm saying is, that we need to be aware of them. We need to be aware of what could be happening.
Where
Do what?
it's too late to get into it.
Okay.
We're almost out of time.
Oh yeah. Well, let me throw this out there then. We've got a few minutes left here. Let's talk about our upcoming trip to Camilla. Boom. I've got some information out on this. I got to pull it up real quick. Trying to hurry up. We're going to be
God bless you,
live.
brother.
Yeah, we're going to be live at the Mitchell Baker Sowega Ag Fest, and we are very much looking forward to it. I know I am. Got several things going on with it, starting out about a week out. Just to give you some ideas. I am trying to pull up over here too. Let's see. There's going to be food vendors, drink vendors. There's the application. That's not what I need. I don't know if we got to fill that out or not, but oops. There's going to be the beauty pageant part of it. There's going to be a bake-off, and a friend of ours may be entering that. If so, I will be covering that. They're going to be supposed to be an antique tractor show, a barbecue chicken cook-off. And the best part about all this It's a festival in July in South Georgia. It's going to be hot. The best part about this, we're going to be in the AC. It's indoors, so you can come to this and you don't have to worry about being just a complete and total sweat ball and fighting gnats and everything else. So, yay! You can come, enjoy it, enjoy yourself. Come say hi to us. I think we're going to try to get some stuff out there for y'all. And y'all come on, check it out. If you're down here in the Southwest Sawega area, Southwest Georgia, y'all come check it out. We're gonna keep updating them, getting some more information out to you guys. So, all right. Well, Dave, what else we got going on tonight?
Bed.
Bed. You look tired, brother.
I am. Mondays are always tough.
Y'all.
Weekends really stretch me out.
All right. Well, brother, man, good night. Hey, everybody out there, I want to give you a good old big salute. We'll let everybody go to bed. Hey, congratulations. You have made it through Monday. We're proud of you. All right. Dave will probably be here in the morning, and I will see y'all Wednesday morning. Y'all have a good evening. God bless. And remember, America. Good night, guys.
Mama said there would be days like this when Dave and Rob